I welcome everyone to my YouTube channel today. My name is Grace, and on this channel I share sewing tutorials and DIYs. If this is something you are interested in, kindly subscribe to my channel. And in today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to draft and cut a basic short sleeve and a long sleeve. This tutorial is pretty short and straightforward, so make sure that you watch it to the end. And with no further ado, let's get into the video and start learning. So I'm going to be drafting both the short sleeve and the long sleeve on my pattern papers first, and I have my tape rule, my marker, my scissors and my curved ruler. So I'm going to be drafting out the short sleeve first, and I have my pattern paper folded into two. So note that if you want to do this on your fabric, you also have to have it folded into two. So the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a straight line across at the top of the pattern paper like that. And from that line I'm going to come down by 5 inches, which is going to serve as my bicep line. So at this point, if you are on a smaller size, you can use 4.5 or 4, and if you are on a bigger size, you can use 5.5, but you shouldn't exceed 5.5. so that line is my bicep line. Then from the top line again, I'll go down to how long I want this short sleeve to be. So I'm just using 9 inches. Now on this first line, which I also call my sleeve cap line, I'm going to be coming in by 4.5 inches from the center like that. So I'm just going to point that. Then on my bicep line, I'm going to take my round arm measurement and divide that into 2 and place it. Then I'm going to add 1.5 inches for allowance, and I'll mark that point also. Then at the sleeve length, I'm going to place my round sleeve measurement there. I'll mark it. Then I'm going to place 1.5 inch allowance. So now from that first line, that 4.5 inches, I'm going to measure it downward to the bicep line and get the midpoint over there. So now from the first line down to the points that I marked now to the bicep line, I'm going to connect my armhole curve, or let me say my sleeve curve. So I'm using my curved rule. I'm just trying to locate a point that is very good over there, and I'm going to connect those 3 points together. So I hope you understand this. Then I'm going to connect down to the sleeve end, and I'll go ahead and cut this out. So it's just as simple as this. So if you're also cutting directly from your fabric, this is the same method you are going to use. So I'm just going to label this as my short sleeve. Then I'll go ahead and work on the long sleeve. So I'll do the same thing on the long sleeve. I'll draw a straight line as my sleeve cap line, which is the starting line. Then from that line again, I'll come down by 5 inches, which is going to serve as the bicep line, and I'll draw a straight line across. Then the next line that I'm going to be taking is my elbow line, since this is a long sleeve, and my elbow line is going to be at 13 inches. So when I measured up to my elbow, I have 13 inches, and I'll draw a straight line across like that. Then I'll measure my wrist line, which is the end of the sleeve. So mine is at 23 inches, and I'll draw a straight line across. So after doing this, now I'm going to label this is my bicep line, this is the elbow, and this is the full length, which is the wrist line. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did on this short sleeve. I'm marking 4.5 inches to the middle, and I'm going to place my round arm measurement, and I'll add 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'm going to take what I have around my elbow, I'll divide that into 2, and I'll place it on this elbow line, and also add 1.5 inches. Then I'll measure what I have at my wrist also. I have 7 inches around my wrist, so I'm going to place 3.5 there, and also add 1.5 inch for the allowance. Then those are the points I'm going to connect together. So from these 4.5 inches I came out by, I'm going to take what I have in between that and the bicep line and mark the midpoint, and from the tip of the sleeve cap over there, I'm going to connect just like I did for the short sleeve also. So just look for a perfect place on your curve, or you can also use your free hand to do this. So I'm just connecting that together now, and this is what I have for the long sleeve. So I'll just cut this out. Then I'll go ahead and label this my long sleeve. So that's just basically it for both the shorts and the long sleeve. So if you have this pattern prepared like this, you can just go ahead and cut it directly on your fabric. I've even added the sewing allowance and everything to it, and it's ready to use anytime I want to use this pattern for any of my dresses. So if you found this tutorial helpful, kindly click on the like button, share, drop a comment, and don't also forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I drop helpful tutorials like this.